After watching the video on Andrea Yates, I think it's pretty clear what a lot of the contributing factors were that had her commit this crime, and also the insanity plea. I think it's important to acknowledge postpartum depression and how it's a real thing and it does affect you. And even today, people don't like to talk about it. It's almost shameful as a mother to have it. And it was even worse to talk about back then. And she didn't just have postpartum depression. She had postpartum psychosis, which from every pregnancy, and at one point the doctor even told her not to have any more children, and her husband decided to do it. So with every pregnancy, there was a chance that she would have postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis, and that it would increase each time, and they chanced that. But other contributing factors were her prior depression diagnosis, her prior suicide attempts, her lack of compliance on medication, her social isolation. She was the primary caregiver to all of her children. Her husband worked long hours, her absent social support, the fact that she lost a loved one, her mood swings, hallucinations, also the fact that she believed that she had to save her children, where this, in her mind, might have been more of an altruistic type murder. She was doing it for the good. I think something that is really important is the lack of social support, where if she had positive influence or loved ones around her more, people that were more uplifting to her, that knew her, that cared about her, would maybe be able to see the differences of when she was falling back into a depression or when she seemed really off, where they might have been able to bring it to her husband's attention or talk to her about it to make it a little easier for her to talk about, to acknowledge. Maybe she wouldn't have. But I think definitely not having that social support and being by herself with 5 kids is a lot. And when you're not in your right mindset, I think that it drove her. She wasn't in the right mindset of understanding what she was doing. She knew what she was doing, but she was believing it was for something else. I think there's just so many things that fall into it for her. It's really hard for me as a mother to understand how you get to that place. But that's the thing about mental health, is you never know who is struggling with it really, and how bad it is, and how far it can take someone. And so I think it's very scary. And I think it's just a really sad situation.